Ooh wee, boys and girls. All right, so brandy new 2026 Corvette Z06. This vehicle came into us. We are going to be giving it, well, we already gave it a polish, wash, decon, the whole nine. Check out the interior. I love the new C8s compared to the old ones. They got rid of that button stock thing that was over here. Got a wireless charging pad now. This deviated stitching is very Porsche-esque. You got 3 digital screens. This thing looks sick. And I love the color combination that my client went with. This is actually his third Z06, pardon. His third Z06, and the third one coming into us. We did a yellow one and a red one, or burgundy one, and now we got the silver one. But I love this color combo. You got the silver on the blue leather in the interior with the blue stitching. You got the brushed wheels and the carbon ceramic brakes with the calipers in blue as well. Sorry, look at that, bam. All right, so same process as every vehicle. We started with the wheels, gave the wheels a deep clean. We did not use acid on these wheels, although there are a lot of people online that will give you different opinions. I'm just uncomfortable with it. Be it I can or I can't, I'm just uncomfortable with it. I get nervous. These brakes, guys, are insanely expensive. I don't even want to know how much they are. So we did the safest way to clean these. I just used an all-purpose cleaner and a degreaser on the tires and on the wheels. They came out great. This vehicle only has about 300 miles on the clock. So the oxidation, water spots, swirls were virtually nil on this car. There was barely anything that needed to get done. There was a very, 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 very tiny scratch over here. We saw it in the B-roll at the beginning. Got that out, and there was another one in the door. I can't even tell you where it was, but when I was working on it, I got it out. This thing is incredible. So now, what are we doing? Now we're gonna install the Carbon Collective Molecule 5-year ceramic coating. So I know I made a lot of videos about the whole process, but I really don't get too in depth about how to install this and how to work around the vehicle to install this. So a lot of times we're just installing it and I'm like, all right, so it's installed, and you see it flashing and wipe it off. So I want to make a very in-depth video of what is happening and where to start. So I'm just going to go over this real quick before we even start. Naturally, if you are going to ceramic coat this door, right? And if we ceramic coat the door and we are leaving it to sit there, and then I want to come and I want to ceramic coat the roof, I am touching the side of the door right now. So it is very obvious, it's pretty straightforward, but when I started, I'll be honest, I wasn't even thinking of this. So when we start our ceramic coatings, I'm going to start on the top, I'm going to start on the hood, I'm going to get the bumper out of the way, the front and the rear bumper first, get those done, get the hood done, side mirrors, and then I could start working on the roof, the trunk, and then I could start working on the side of the vehicle. And this way there, I'm minimizing how much, or rather I'm minimizing the possibility of me touching the coating after it's been installed and we wiped it off and now it goes into the curing process. We don't want to do that. We want it to be completely hands off, allowing the coating to cure overnight. I'm going to show you the steps and talk you through what I'm doing. Stay tuned. Enjoy. All right, so we're gonna start installing the coating onto the hood first. So we got our Carbon Collective Molecule, we got our applicator pad. So now, step one, you wanna prime the pad, which means you wanna put enough of the coating onto the pad, nothing too crazy, but to re-up to do the next panel, you only need about 3 or 4 drops compared to the 5 or 6 that we just did. So now when we're gonna go about this, we're gonna hit the corners and we're gonna go around the corners. You're drawing a box basically on the hood. So I'm only gonna do this side, I'm gonna leave that little section, I'll do it later. But basically when it comes to your ceramic, like I said, you're doing what's called a cross-hatch pattern. And a cross-hatch pattern is you're going left to right and then you're gonna go up and down. This is to ensure you're covering the whole area. So there are no missed spots. Now, the thing is, with ceramic, it will start to flash or it'll start to rainbow. Now, when you get a flash or a rainbow, that is our telltale sign that this ceramic coating has fully bonded to the paint. I'm just gonna do the whole thing. That it has fully bonded to the paint, and the rainbow effect that you see is the excess of the coating. It is not the actual, it's the actual ceramic coating, but it's the excess. It's telling you to take it off. It's telling you that it made a bond onto the paint. Now, this is the thing. You do not want to go crazy and put too much of the product onto the paint. It's a waste of product. You need a very, very, very thin layer. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna wipe this off and we're gonna try to stay consistent with how we're wiping this off. I'm not going in circles. I'm not putting a lot of pressure. My goal here is to get this oil, which is the ceramic coating, off of the paint. Now, this side is fully saturated. This oil was pushed all over the place. So I'm going to overlap and buff off the excess to make sure that none of that is lingering on the other side of the install, rather if it overlapped. You get the idea. So now that this is done, the difference here is what? I am not going to do the front bumper now. I'm gonna start on the hood. And then when I'm done with this, I'm gonna do the front bumper, rear bumper, and then I'm gonna do the side of the car. So now that the hood is done, looking perfect, looking great. We used all 4 sides of this towel. I got another 4 sides when I flip it over. Now I can use this to do whatever next section I want to do. So now what section are we going to do? Probably going to go fender, headlight, bumper, fender, headlight. All right, stay tuned. Cool. Got the exterior done. Now the interior doesn't look too bad, but you can already tell, look how shiny that leather is compared to the passenger. Compared to, like, hold on, let me put my stuff down. Okay, so let's do some comparisons, show you how leather quickly starts to fade and starts getting excuse me, it starts getting super dirty. So this is dirty, all right? This is clean. It's nice and matte. No one has touched this. No one has sat in it, right? This, on the other hand, has been sat in. Me, the owner, a bunch of other people have moved the car, right? At the dealer, etc. And then this is just your regular schmegular dirt. So super simple. We use PNS Express Interior. It's diluted. I don't even know how much it's diluted, but it's diluted a lot. We only put about 5 ounces of PNS, and then the rest of it is distilled water. Stuff is good enough. It does the job. I don't like spraying unless it's an older vehicle and, you know, it's just super neglected. I don't like spraying directly into the leather. I don't know. Hold on. Sorry about that. So we spray right into the brush. And process is very straightforward. Why I like PNS Express Interior is that it is safe on 99.9999% of product surfaces. You know, in this case, I am just getting this seat prepped for a coating. The rest of the car, the rest of the leather rather, because it's so new, I'm just gonna spray it with a quick IPA and wipe it down and get it prepped for the ceramic coating. But this guy just needs some agitation. All right, stay tuned. Okay, nice clean towel. Now you see how it's matte. Towel barely picked up any, like, it picked up the dirt, but you can tell it's already nice and clean. Got the oils off. There were no stains. It's just, you know, just leather. But once we get that coating on, then we'll be good. A lot better. All right, I'm gonna leave my mic and I'm gonna put it behind somewhere. Put it back here. Yeah, this is the mess behind RPM Auto Spa. All right, I'm gonna go and set up the camera and do a cold start. probably got cooked. Sorry to headphone users. Get a B-roll before the client picks up.
FOURTH Z06.